Hi guys, so this video is going to be on my airport dreams. I think I've had about 3 of them within the last 6 months, so I know that there is significance to it and I just want to share. So in the first dream, I'm traveling on this really long and windy road that just is ridiculous. It doesn't make sense, and at one point I even want to get out and just cut across. And I tell my husband, like, I can make it there faster if I just walk. I'll just look and just run across the road. And he's like, no way, we just have to take the normal, take the route, and it'll take a little bit longer, but we're gonna get there. So eventually we arrive, and as soon as I walk into the airport, my husband doesn't walk in with me, which is strange. He would usually like bring me in and stuff, but anyways, as soon as I walked in, there was just this long hallway, and I was already getting onto the plane. There was no checking in, and I had a boarding pass in my hand, and there was this flight attendant, but he was very, very tall, and he was dressed more like a captain. So I saw other people that had checked in, or given their pass. They were walking onto the plane, and then when I got up to give my pass over, he told me to go to the left. Like, there was like just this bare room on the left, and there was like these LED, I don't even know, it's honestly, it was not an earthly color, but it was a blue light that was coming from like all the corners of the room. So there was me and one other guy in the room, and we were both like trying to figure out what the room was for. Like, we were touching all the walls, and we were trying to see like if there was a secret hatch or something, but we couldn't find anything. And I woke up. And then the last dream that I had, the crazy part is that in this dream, I had won a trip, and someone was calling me on my house phone, which I never answer because it's usually just telemarketers, but this day I answered, and they told me I won a trip to Jerusalem to pack my things because I was leaving right away. And like, I literally just sent my kids away that day, which is something I would never ever do. Like, it was just the craziest thing that I had won a trip to Jerusalem. So the whole time I was so excited to go on the plane, and I just couldn't stop, I just couldn't stop replaying in my mind everything that had happened, and that I really won this, and that I was really on my way. So I arrived, and when I was at the airport, actually, before this, I was with a group of friends, and there was one person who I do know in real life. So we checked in, handed over our boarding passes, and then I went on my flight. So that was kind of the process. I did see the full thing. So when I arrived in Jerusalem, another interesting part was that as soon as I arrived, I was immediately in front of the Temple Mount, and I was walking down this like little side street that was directly leading to the Temple Mount. And there were all these like round top, like old school wood doors, and each door had a number on it. And I was keeping my eyes on my friend that was ahead of me, and she went into this door on the left. So I just instinctively followed her, and I figured she knows what she's doing, I'll just follow her. And I followed her in, and immediately I just knew that there were people all through this parking garage lying in wait, and they were evil, evil people, and I should not have been in there. And I didn't say anything. And my husband was actually with me on this trip, which is another weird thing because he's never with me in any of my dreams, but lately he's been in them. So I turned around and he followed me. He didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. And as soon as I got to the door, it literally closed at my feet, so close that it was like I could have felt wind from the door closing. and I couldn't get back out, and I woke up. So in that dream, I definitely recognized the message at that point in my life, which was like it was this summer. So I had kind of backslid a little bit. I think I just had become discouraged, and I had a demonic attack, and I had fasted and focused on it and stuff, but I think I still just felt discouraged, and I kind of fell into old behaviors, and I just wasn't as focused on the word. And that was kind of a wake up call. And this person who I saw in the dream, she is a Christian, but she's more free with her interpretation of Christian. And I think that that was the Lord's way of waking me up and saying, like, do not follow these other people who you're saying, well, she's a Christian and she does this, and I'm sure she repents, so it's okay, or things like that. Like, don't get caught up like that. You can't just think, well, they seem to be ahead of me in their walk with Christ, so let me just like follow their lead and I'll be good. Because I followed their lead and I ended up in a really bad situation, and the door closed at my feet. I didn't even get it. I knew that I was in the wrong place, and it still was too late for me. I could not get out. So I feel like that's a really urgent sign, and maybe someone else can learn from it. But the fact that we're in airports, airplanes, and we have boarding passes, and we are going to Jerusalem, and all the like, that is just so miraculous, and it's really a sign of the times, and it's just encouraging any way you look at it. So stay blessed, guys. It's almost time.